What if I told you that the man who revolutionized how we communicate, work, and live was also described by those closest to him as ruthless, demanding, and emotionally destructive? Steve Jobs didn't just create products that changed the world. He embodied the ultimate paradox of success and ambition. In the late 1970s, Silicon Valley was a playground for dreamers and rebels. Personal computers were clunky, expensive machines used mainly by hobbyists. Into this world stepped a 20-something college dropout with an obsession for perfection and an unshakable belief that technology could be beautiful. Jobs co-founded Apple Computer in 1976, and within 4 years, the company went public in the largest IPO since Ford Motor Company. But success came with a price that few saw behind the polished presentations and gleaming products. Jobs' pursuit of perfection became legendary, but so did his treatment of people. Employees described working under him as simultaneously inspiring and traumatizing. He would publicly humiliate team members, calling their work garbage in front of colleagues. His philosophy was simple yet brutal. Only A players deserved to work at Apple, and anyone who couldn't keep up should be eliminated. The first major crack in Jobs' empire came in 1985, when Apple's board of directors stripped him of operational control. The very company he had built from nothing in his parents' garage had rejected him. Most people would have retreated, but Jobs' ambition burned too bright for surrender. He founded NeXT Computer and purchased the computer graphics division of Lucasfilm, transforming it into Pixar Animation Studios. During his 12 years away from Apple, Jobs' personal relationships suffered under the weight of his relentless drive. His daughter Lisa, born in 1978, grew up largely without her father. Jobs initially denied paternity, despite a court-ordered blood test proving he was her father. He named a computer after her, yet struggled to show the same attention to the actual child. His romantic relationships followed similar patterns of intensity, followed by emotional distance. When Apple acquired NeXT in 1997, bringing Jobs back as CEO, he transformed a company on the brink of bankruptcy into the most valuable corporation in history. The iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad didn't just succeed, they redefined entire industries. But this unprecedented success amplified both his genius and his darker impulses. Jobs became increasingly controlling and secretive. He monitored employees' phone calls, fired people in elevators, and created a culture where fear and excellence coexisted. Former Apple engineer Andy Hertzfeld described the environment. Steve was both the best and worst boss I ever had. He could inspire you to achieve the impossible, then crush your spirit the next day. The ultimate test of Jobs' character came with his cancer diagnosis in 2003. True to form, he initially rejected conventional treatment, believing he could overcome the disease through willpower, dietary changes, and alternative medicine. This decision, driven by the same stubborn confidence that made Apple great, may have cost him precious time and ultimately his life. Jobs' final years revealed the full complexity of his ambition. He worked obsessively on new products even as his health declined, attending meetings from his hospital bed. He launched the iPad in 2010, creating an entirely new product category, but colleagues noticed his increasing isolation and difficulty connecting with others on a human level. The man who famously said, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," lived those words completely. His hunger for perfection gave us devices that seem magical, but it also consumed relationships and created casualties among those who couldn't match his impossible standards. Apple employees today still speak of the Steve Jobs test, the fear that their work might not meet his exacting standards, even though he passed away in 2011. Jobs' legacy forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about success and ambition. Can you change the world without becoming ruthless? Is genius an excuse for cruelty? His story suggests that the same drive that creates revolutionary products can destroy the people around you. The iPhone in your pocket represents both human innovation at its finest and the personal cost of unbridled ambition. Today, as we celebrate technological progress and entrepreneurial success, Jobs' life serves as both inspiration and warning. He proved that one person's vision can literally reshape civilization. But he also demonstrated that the pursuit of perfection, taken to extremes, can perfect everything except the person pursuing it. The question isn't whether we should admire or condemn such figures, but whether we can learn to harness ambition without letting it consume our humanity.